I am going on a trip to Disney World in May and I am so excited. But of course, being me, I have to wear something that is crocheted or knitted. How could I not? So, in this episode, I'm going to take you through my design process of making something that is super cute and Disney inspired with a hidden Mickey type design, all the way through from my inception to getting it on paper. Come with me on this journey. When I start designing something, I really start probably 2 or 3 weeks ahead when the idea pops into my brain. And I'm like, ooh, how do I do that? And then I have a long commute to work. So I spend most of that commute thinking about how I can do it, which is really fun and makes the commute go by quicker. But today I'm actually going to sit down and draw it out. So I've got my design notebook. It has all the design ideas that I have in it, and I got some colored pencils because we're going to do a little coloring today. So let's get started. And I'm going to Disney in May. So I want something that's going to be breezy, easy, flowy, and comfortable. And I find that those boxy tees are really comfortable. So with that in mind, the first step that I actually did before I'm going to start writing anything out is I went to Ravelry and I looked at all of the different patterns that are already out there and see if there's anything that matches kind of the aesthetic that I'm looking for. So thinking, okay, I'm putting into my search term uh, boat, or I'm putting into my search term sweater, and then using all of those filters. I mean, Ravelry has a ton of filters. Looking for boat neck, crochet, and then I did thankfully find one that I really like. And it's free. So I'm going to support I'm going to support my fellow designer and I'm going to buy her pattern without the advertisements. But I'm going to use that as a starting base because why reinvent the wheel? I haven't really actually written patterns for a sweater yet. I'm still kind of growing into that space. So I want to actually use a pattern as my base, and then I'm just doing something little and modifying that pattern to incorporate my Mickey design. And I think I'm going to do it at the bottom and on the sleeves. I think it's going to be super cute. But before I even start, I'm going to draw it out on my paper. So that's the Mickey sweater. Now, I also want to do a cute crossbody purse because when you're walking around the park, you want to really be hands-free, but you still need to carry a few things with you. Your phone, maybe your credit card, or maybe a driver's license or insurance card. So I wanted something to put that in that is still Mickey-ish. And I thought, well, why don't I incorporate the hidden Mickey design that I'm putting on my sweater, but also in a purse? And I'm very comfortable with designing purses. I do a lot of my own purse designs, sewing wise, so I kind of know what goes into them. And so this will be a pattern that I will write for you all, and it should be available hopefully before I leave on my trip in May. So we're going to design these two today, and I'm going to start by drawing them out on paper. But first, I need to design what my hidden Mickey crochet pattern is going to look like. All right, so I've worked on some swatching. As I was thinking about this, I took some scrap yarn and did some swatching. And it took me several times to actually get to what I want it to look like. And I came up with this using some bobbles to create the hidden Mickey. I think this is super cute. And I really like how these are all very simple double crochets. I think it'll fit really nicely into the sweater and be super cute on that purse. So let me talk you through how this is made and we're going to write it down. So we start with a row of double crochets. So let's start, this is the hidden Mickey, crochet. All right. We're going to start from the bottom and work our way up. Row 1. It's all double crochet, and if we isolate just the Mickey itself, we want to know how many double crochets that is for the Mickey. And so it's really right here. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm gonna go with 5. 5 double crochet. Row 2. This is right here. It's actually it's chain 2 right here, and then a bobble that is 5 double crochets, and then chain 2. Write that down. 2, 5, B, C, bobble, chain 2. And those might not be the correct verbiage and for an actual pattern, but it's my shorthand so that I know exactly what I did. Also, I've surrounded this pattern by double crochets, and I think when I actually incorporate it into the sweater pattern, into the purse pattern, I am going to add some double crochets between each hidden Mickey. So I'm just getting down this part right here. So if I go to the next one, I like this little space right here. So actually what I did was so we have to look up here. This was chain 1, 3, chain 1, and then I did I think it's a 5 bobble. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. So this is kind of funny what I did. I took this bobble down here. I put this one into where you would usually do the next stitch, the next row in. It's 5 bobble. And then I actually created a new stitch right here on the bobble itself. It's kind of like that side. Flip this over. It's you got one here, and then you got the side one right here. So I use that side one, so that both of the Mickey ones would be there. So it's chain 1, 5 double crochet, bobble, and then there's a chain 1 right here to create the space between the ears. And then it's a 5 double crochet bobble, and then a chain 1. Yeah. And then row 4, right, because we need space above and below to really frame our Mickey, we're going to do 5 double crochet, and it works out. You do this chain 1 space here, in the bobble, in the chain 1 space, in the bobble, in the chain 1 space. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 5, 5, double crochet. All right, so that is our hidden Mickey, and it's a 5 stitch repeat. So that's always important to remember. So I'm going to write that up here. So we're going to be doing some math in just a little bit. All right, so we got that figured out. I really like that. I'm just in love with it. But let's do the sweater now. Okay, I'm going to start by drawing it. It doesn't matter how good or bad you are at drawing, just to get the idea. There's my boat neck and some sleeves, and they're going to be short sleeves. And it's boxy, so that's a square, like that. So the neckline is wider, and so I'll draw a line saying boat neck. I want it to be boxy. All right, so let's draw our hidden Mickeys. So I'm thinking sometimes you tuck in these tees, so I do want to leave a little space before I do one row of hidden Mickeys. So I'm not going to do it right here. So let's draw our Mickeys right here. And then I do want to put them on the sleeves, and that one I could probably do like right next to the edge. Just gonna draw. Mickeys don't look the best, but you get the idea. All right, so let's think about colors. I know that I want to make this in cotton, and I found just so happened that Madeline Tosh just put out their color of the month, and it's this beautiful red, black, white combo that I saw it and I was like, oh my goodness, that is Disney. So I decided I have to get that. Now it is a little bit expensive, and I don't know that all of those colors mixed together on the whole the whole T-shirt is going to actually look great. I think hidden Mickeys are going to be hidden um, with all of that different colors. So I think I'm just going to do the Mickeys in that Madeline Tosh, and they do have it in a wool cotton mix. And so I'll just do the Mickeys there with that. And then I think the rest of it I'm going to do in black. Now I'm really hesitant to do black because it's, with the sun shining on you, it might get you hot. But, maybe I'm going to wear this for a, here's black. Let me get my pencils out. And I might wear it to the airport, and it's kind of cooler in the airport. So, I'm going to be a little bit flexible there. Use some red. Okay. So I'm going to use the red as the kind of this part, right? Because it's a mix of red and black and a little bit of white in there. It's really cool. Like that, and then color the rest in black. And for this one, they do have this kind of ribbing that's on the neckline, which is really cool. I really like the pattern that I found. But the rest of it is double crochets. So I'm gonna just this one actually, like this, and like this, to show those double crochets, right? Now the last time I attempted to make a crochet sweater, it really ended up being really heavy. So this time I'm going to focus on, so that was just using like a granny stitch. I don't know that that was the best choice. And I used a wool that was a fingering weight. It just ended up getting heavy. So this time I'm going to use a cotton, 100% cotton for this part. And also I'm going to use hopefully a bigger gauge. I know that that will probably make it so there's some more holes in it, so I definitely will probably be wearing some type of undershirt under it. I'm really liking that. Super cute. All right, I'm going to leave this space to write some notes when I get started. So we're going to have to do some math in a little bit. I'm going to go to the next page, and we're going to draw out that purse that I wanted to make. So we'll start up here, the hidden Mickey purse. I'm going to start with the base. And I'm thinking that this is just going to be a rectangle. And I'm going to add a zipper so that everything is nice and secure. And then the crossbar. So let me just add some notes here. This I want to be a crossbody. And I'm going to have a zipper. And let's see, how big do I want it? And I'm really thinking that this needs to be, it needs to be small enough that it's not it doesn't get in the way and it doesn't get heavy, but big enough to fit my phone. My phone is about 4 by 2. I want something a little bit bigger than that. So let's say needs to be tall. So I'm gonna do maybe 8 inches by 6 inches. And I'll probably play with that a little bit. There is going to be some depth to it to start with. So we're just going to create some depth for that bottom. And that's probably going to be like a 1/2 inch or less. But this is important because there's going to be a sewed lining. And that's going to help hold the zipper in place, but also not stretch out, so there'll be holes. So my knitting and my crocheting is very loose. As you can see, there's going to be holes in it, and I don't want to be losing anything while I'm at the park, so I do want to do that. And I'm thinking that the strap, it might be leather or one of those store-bought woven straps. I haven't decided yet. TRAP straps, woolen or and the other thing is I don't really want this to stretch out a whole lot while I'm wearing it. So I'm really concerned about the stretch. So if it stretches out and then it gets really uncomfortable to wear because it's way too long, I don't want that to happen either. I also want it to be very secure. So I got a couple more things to think about, but let's color this in. Start with, I'm going to put my Mickeys. I'm going to put them at the bottom. And I'm kind of wondering, should I just repeat that or just keep it at the bottom? Leave a comment down below what you think. That might be very helpful. All right, so I'm gonna leave it at the bottom for now. I'm just gonna color this in. And I'm gonna try to use the same fabric for both of these so that they match. And then this is gonna be double crochet, right? All right. So my next steps for both of these is to start buying my materials. So I'm going to go shopping for yarn, pick something that I really love, and I'm going to buy the pattern for this sweater, and I'm going to do some swatches. So I'm going to swatch the hidden Mickey design first, and that'll probably be my entire gauge because I'm going to be using double crochets throughout. I'm going to measure my gauge, and I want to put my gauge probably right here. So then you know what that is. And then I'm going to be doing some math to find out, okay, how many stitches do I need to put in 6 inches, and then dividing that by 5, and then how many double crochets am I going to put in between each hidden Mickey to get how many Mickeys I'm going to put on here. And so I went through that math really quickly. I don't have the yarn with me yet, so I'm really excited to order it and get started. But if you have any questions about that math, or you want me to go into more depth, then leave a comment down below and let me know. And you might see another video of me going through all of that math and the swatching. Wow, that was fun and super relaxing, and has made me super excited to get started on this project. So my next steps are to buy some yarn and start swatching. I'm so excited. If only I had a yarn shop near me, but I'll have to order it online, and that's okay. My favorite yarn shop is Jimmy Bean's Wool, and I will leave links down below so you can check them out too, and the yarn that I'm picking for this project. Thanks for watching. If you really enjoyed this video, please subscribe. It really helps me make more videos like this just for you. Bye.